Shalom, brothers and sisters. Egypt is mulling allowing refugees entry as over 600,000 Gazas have moved south so far. The FBI warns of Hamas attacks on US soil at the same time. After giving northern Gaza Strip an evacuation ultimatum on Friday, Israel has so far withheld from launching a significant ground operation, with some speculating that requests from the US to evacuate all US citizens out of Palestine ahead of the invasion is what is holding Israel back. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign minister on Saturday said exactly that they would retaliate. This was followed by news Sunday morning that the US has been back-channeling with Iran in recent days to warn against escalating the conflict in Israel. Another reason why Israel may be waiting: the Pentagon confirmed it has ordered a second carrier strike group to the Eastern Mediterranean Sea after a first carrier strike group led by the Gerald R. Ford arrived last week. That's absolute rubbish for me, because you're saying one carrier strike group is not enough to deal with this issue in so small a country. You need the second group before you do a ground invasion. Israel's quite capable of doing what she needs to do. There are much larger factors from the US and the rest of the world holding Netanyahu and them back. And I totally disagree with Netanyahu on that, but that's my opinion. More than 600,000 Gazans moved south. Bloomberg notes they added to this exodus despite efforts by Hamas, which rules the Gaza Strip, to keep them in the north as human shields. Hagari urged those remaining in the north to evacuate quickly. The Israeli army is waiting a political decision on the timing of a major ground offensive on the Gaza Strip, military spokesman said on Sunday, as civilians stepped up desperate efforts to flee northern Gaza. Military spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Richard Hecht and Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari told separate briefings on Sunday that it is a political decision that will set off action against Hamas. We will be holding discussions with the political leadership, Hecht said. Prime Minister Netanyahu told troops near the Gaza border on Saturday that more is coming, but he did not say when any ground operation would start. Military spokespersons have told reporters that any invasion would aim to eradicate Hamas' militant network and leadership, because it cannot have any more attacks from so close to Israel. The problem here is, and Egypt's deciding if they're going to allow them to move in there and so forth. The problem here is, the longer Netanyahu waits and allows him to be cajoled into waiting and holding back on this, the worse for the hostages, right? The odds of finding them dead are going through the roof at the moment, especially the babies. There's 9-month-old babies there. And the small children. What is going to happen to them? So that's a factor, a huge one. And the longer he waits, the more he commits political suicide in Israel. Because when this is all said and done, according to the polls, he's only sitting on like 24-25% approval, with everybody else who's decisive and aggressive and wants to get in there, like Gallant and all those people, they're pushing 70s, 80s on approval. They will toss Netanyahu into the ocean if they had to go straight into a vote right now. So he needs to make some decisions and do it really fast. The whole world's watching, and Israel specifically wants to see strong leadership that's willing to do what needs to be done for Israel. So it's going to be an interesting thing to watch pan out for as long as we're still here. God bless. Keep praying for Israel and keep praying for the peace of Jerusalem. Shalom.